What's going on, ninjas? So the holy month of Ramadan is going to be coming shortly, and many Muslims, including myself, are going to be partaking in it, inshallah. And honestly, online there's not much information relating to fasting, specifically for Ramadan, and working out as well as nutrition. So based off what I've experienced last year, hopefully I'm going to try to explain to you guys what I did and what worked for me, and which I believe is most likely going to work for you in order to overcome the challenges that are going to be presented to you once the month starts, once you're fasting every day. Because honestly, it's very difficult, not having any energy and then going into workout, or eating and then going into workout right away. Your body's just going to get a spike of glucose, spike of everything. So there's certain ways that you have to go about it, which I'm going to be explaining in this video. And I'm going to be making other videos that are going to discuss more of the training regimens. This one particularly is going to be talking about, should you cut or bulk? A lot of people, they think, oh, during Ramadan, obviously it's a cut, you're fasting the whole day. But you'd be surprised how many people they gain weight because they eat way too much in one sitting at night. So we're gonna discuss metabolic rates. We're gonna discuss times of eating before or after the gym. We're gonna be discussing what should you be training at the gym. Should you be focusing on cardio? Should you forget about cardio? Then there's gonna be other things that we're gonna discuss as well. So now that you know this, stay tuned. Let's get into it. Should you cut or bulk in Ramadan? Now, logically, we're in the month of March. Summer is right around the corner. You want a nice body, assuming you care for that. You should cut as well. You're basically doing intermittent fasting throughout the day. You should cut. Now, personally, I'm going to be cutting myself, and I recommend all of you to do the same, because it's a necessary foundation for you to right now kind of maintain a different type of eating habit for the summer, which especially for aesthetic purposes. So you could use Ramadan as kind of like a catalyst to make things easier, because it really forces you to change your eating habits right now and become more conservative with it. And that's going to allow you to mentally be more prepared for, let's say, after Ramadan, if you need to eat less to avoid putting on any excess weight. Once you kind of slim down a little bit, you kind of already have the transition already completed, and it's more of a gradual, soothing thing, instead of like focusing on a hard cut, or I don't know, do some insane diet like that you want to lose weight in 1 month, couple of weeks. You already kind of laid out a strong foundation to further process the rest. If you want to bulk, you could still bulk. I don't recommend it, but you could, because as we're going to talk about the metabolic rates, you eat too much at night, which is what most often people do, and you'd be shocked. A lot of people, they actually gain weight during Ramadan. You think it's very easy to lose weight? Yeah, it depends on genetics, but a lot of people, they'll break their fast and they'll eat way too much, and after a couple hours they're gonna eat again, and then they go to sleep. When you go to sleep, your body doesn't digest and process everything the same as obviously when you're awake, and it digests a lot less, stores more. Then they wake up for suhoor, so around 4 a.m., 3 a.m. They eat a lot again because they're expecting, oh, I'm going to be deprived of energy, so I'm going to eat a lot more for the following day. And you actually ate so much food, maybe a calorie surplus depending on regular situations, but you ate so much food that you did not digest. And that's how a lot of people, they put on weight throughout Ramadan. It's very easy to mitigate, but you need to be disciplined, honestly. It's the biggest thing. Just being disciplined, and Ramadan is an easy way to lose weight. So, you should cut during Ramadan. Unless you have specific bodybuilding or competition prep that you've already been assigned a program, you need to bulk, then just eat a lot, obviously. But if not, use this as a cut. Use it. There's no reason not to. Looking at the metabolic rate, and we're going to discuss metabolism as one of the topics. This is something that obviously everyone has, and it's going to vary depending on how old you are, how much muscle you have on you, how much you work out, how frequently, and your genetics, honestly. But one thing that is going to be common throughout everyone's journey is that your metabolism is going to naturally decrease because you are fasting. Now your body is going to be shocked throughout the month. It's going to, right now it's used to eating at various points of the day. Once you go several hours without eating, your body's going to be shocked. And what it's going to do is, because it realizes you're not getting as much energy, it's going to try to reduce the amount of energy it expends. So we know that calories in, calories out is one of the rules for losing weight. However, your body's not going to be burning as much as normal. So this is regardless if you want to cut or bulk, this is something that you need to keep in mind. So this is throughout the day. Now, at night, one of the main reasons why a lot of people, they gain weight is because they eat way too much in one sitting. So your body has been deprived of food and water for an excess period of time. And then you randomly dump a bunch of food and a bunch of water. So now it has a lot to burn off, and it has to shift the way it's already been designing itself as of the last couple of hours. So it might not necessarily process all that energy in one sitting the way it would throughout the day, which is a given as well. A lot of people eat way too much before they go to bed. When you go to bed, regardless if you're fasting or not, your metabolism is going to decrease. Your body's going to shut off certain functions, and that's why it's always recommended, hey, if you want to lose weight, don't eat before you go to sleep. We all know this. So these are two reasons why a lot of people, I feel like, they gain weight, is because they're not burning off as much as they think they are, because their body changes. Even though, yeah, you are losing, you have not eaten. Overall, eating less is what leads to losing weight. But because of that first factor throughout the day, and then because they eat too much in one sitting, it causes them to essentially actually kind of be like in a calorie surplus. So if you don't really prioritize and track and monitor how you're eating, you could easily gain weight throughout Ramadan. So now that we discussed whether you should cut or bulk, the metabolic rates, now how do you transition that into an actual daily routine? So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be breaking my fast, obviously with water, a lot of water, and I'm going to be eating a little bit. Obviously you're going to eat a lot of protein, so I'm going to get my 30 grams, just a light meal, nothing too heavy, nothing too excess, because often when you eat a lot, when you break your fast, you actually get drowsy. And this happened to me last year. Whenever I'd eat an excessive amount of food, I didn't even want to go to the gym. I was ready to crash. So number one thing, you eat a lot and you go to sleep, bad for losing weight, you're going to put on weight. Number two thing, you want to go to the gym. You still have to maintain your gains. You still have to exercise more to get gains. So yeah. So what you need to do is you need to eat a little bit. Portion it out. Eat a little bit, go to the gym, do your workout, come back and eat again in medium range. If you know that you need to sleep early because you have work, eat a little bit, portion it out. I'd rather you eat a lot at 4 a.m. than eat a lot at 11 p.m. or 10 p.m. whenever you need to go to bed. Because you need to honestly wait like about an hour and a half. If you're going to sleep at like 20 minutes after, just eat a little bit. Get your protein in, get your 30 grams, call it a night. Now, if you know that you don't necessarily need to wake up the next morning or on a weekday night, like Friday night, Saturday night, or you don't work a 9 to 5, you have your own thing, and you could tolerate waiting an hour and a half after having that like good meal, then yeah, like eat a sizable, respectable portion that's not too much, but enough to fuel your body with enough energy and get enough protein. So if you could do that, choose that alternative. But if you can't, eat something tolerable, respectable, not too much on your body, a lot of vegetables, obviously keep it healthy, get your protein, and call it a day. That's it. Obviously this is going to be challenging because your body's going to be constantly in a very heavy calorie deficit, but like we said, we want to use this as a cut to our advantage. Now, assuming weeknights, like Friday night, no, not Friday night, weeknights as in like Monday to Thursday, if you have to wake up early for a job, it's going to be very taxing because you're not going to be eating that much. Your body's going to be very energy deprived. It's going to be difficult. However, you can make up for it on Friday night, Saturday night. You could eat a lot heavier of a portion, wait out before you go to sleep, then go to sleep, and then food, you kind of maintain the same thing for every day of the week. and that should be fine. Now, this is another important point that I have to make for Shod. So when you're gonna eat before sunrise, I highly advise slow digesting protein, so plant-based, vegan. Take casein protein if you need to. Eat a lot of fiber. Eat a lot of fruits. Eat a lot of vegetables. Whatever keeps you full for the longest, because that's all you care about. The less you can stay hungry throughout the day, the easier all of this gets. Don't eat desserts or like a food that kind of fills you up for a little bit, like pasta or bread, whatever. Like, the next day, once you wake up, you're gonna be starving, you know? And then it's like, oh crap, I have to wait all this, blah, blah, blah. And then once I get home, I could only eat a little bit. It's not gonna work out in your favor. So, casein or vegan based protein, so plant-based. High fiber, so eat a bunch of fruits. I don't care, eat as much fruits as you want. For Ramadan, even when you're gonna go to bed, let's say you're gonna go to bed early, I don't care, eat as much fruits as you want. The only fruit I recommend kind of staying a bit wary of is bananas and dates. Dates, they're very good, they're very healthy, but pretty high, you know, in terms of sugar content, in terms of calories. However, yeah, those are my recommendations for trying to remain more full throughout the week. So overall, what could we take from this? As just a short explanation of what you could do in terms of your nutrition for Ramadan is focus on a cut, you know, unless for whatever reasons you need to focus on a program to bulk because you have a competition at a certain time, I don't care. I'm talking to the regular person right now who is interested in fitness and is a practicing Muslim who is going to obviously fast. So focus on a cut or try to maintain your weight. Try to see for the first week of Ramadan how your weight fluctuates on a scale, and then if you need to cut, you obviously cut. If not, you maintain. If something is working where your weight is staying the same and you're able to work out every day, keep that. Don't change that. Keep that. That's fine. Especially if you're already pretty lean, it's not a problem. Secondly, we discussed metabolic rates. So metabolic rates, now you know how they work. Now you know how your body's metabolism is going to change throughout the day, so keep it in mind. When to eat, how to portion out your eatings. And keep in mind the fact that your body's not going to be burning as many calories as if you were doing a regular month. Third thing is drink a lot of water. I don't care how much water you drink. Drink 5 liters, I don't care. Drink so much water. There's never enough during Ramadan because you don't want to be thirsty. So don't wait an hour and a half. Go straight to the gym right after you eat because you don't have a lot of time throughout the day. And yeah, once you come back, then you have more of a portion out meal. Not too much, enough to get what you need in your protein. And then for Shod, like I said, plant-based or casein protein. Try aim for 40 grams, aim for a bit higher than normal, or even aim for 50 grams. And a lot of fiber, a lot of fruits, a lot of healthy foods that are low in calories, and that's it. Just call it a night, drink a lot of water, and prepare for the next day. It's gonna be tough, but honestly, it's really not that bad. I did it last year. After the first week, you're going to tolerate it. Your body's going to get accustomed to it. Second week's going to be easier. Third week's going to be easier. Then next you know, the month is done. Now you have a great foundation to losing weight, getting a nice body for the summer. And you already did the super hard part, so now you can do more of a balanced out thing that's more sustainable until summer comes and bam, aesthetics. So this is going to be the first video for the Ramadan series, discussing on how you should focus your nutrition and all that. And the next videos are going to be talking about planning a schedule for working out, what kind of workout should you do, stuff like that. So stay tuned, and hopefully you guys got some good information from this. This is what I did last year, this is what I'm going to continue to do this year, and hopefully it works out for you guys.